And with your permission, I would like to talk about our company today. And firstly, I would like to thank you for hosting us and giving us the opportunity to introduce us to yourself. Simovate is a spin-off firm that has been created from within the Simsoft computer technologies. As Simovate, we have operated within Simsoft for about 10 years as a department. And we have been awarded by various awards by the TÜSİAD for our solutions in the digital transformation. And last year on June, we have started Simovate as an official company. And these are the images of our investors and also the founders of the Simsoft computer technologies. And these are the pictures of our founders. Dr. Ulaş Güreş works as a CEO within our company, and Mr. Serkan Kalınöz works as a CTO within our company. And these are the images of some of our members. They are mostly computer engineers and graphic designers. As Simovate, we have focused on three problems. The first one is inefficient usage of resources. The second one, inexperienced employees. And the last one is insufficient utilization of data. The first problem, inefficient usage of resources. All companies want to utilize their resources as effectively and efficiently as possible. And one of the solutions could be to this problem that continuously monitoring, controlling and analyzing the system. To support this solution, we have developed two applications. The first one is simulation and digital twin, and the second one is Simovate, manufacturing execution system. And in order to represent the digital twin, we have created three different forms. The first one is a 2D simulation. If you could open it. If you can press the empty space on the left side of the plate, the PDF viewer will show the video. Yes, like that, and you can, yeah, thank you. With this application, we have implemented the BPMN 2.0 format in this simulation. The user is able to convert the digital twin of any processes or the production line they have. On the right side of the screen, you can see the BPMN 2.0 components. And the center of the screen, you can see a 2D version of the digital twin of a process. In this case, we have created the emergency department of Ankara City Hospital in this video. If we have added another registration test to the entrance, how could the people in the waiting line affected by this action? And at the end of the video and all the simulation, if you have set up your parameters and run the simulation, you can see the detailed reports about this one. And if you like, you can export these results in a PDF format outside the application as well. We can get back to the representation. The second form of representing is in 3D simulation. You can run the video. Yeah. In 3D, it's actually the same one with the 2D. But with the 3D simulation, you are able to see any components of your process or your production line in 3D format. Our application already contains a large model library for you to create your processes and test them fast. But if you prefer, you can also import your own 3D models and create the digital twin of your processes all by yourself without requiring any need from us. In order to support the application with the required parameters, you can select one of the three choices. The first one is reading it from an Excel file. If you provide us with your Excel format, we can implement it within the system and you can use your own Excel files. The second one is using the static panels created within the application. And the last one is we can integrate with your ERP system and retrieve the data from that system. We can get back. And the last way of representing the digital twin is the AR simulation. You can create your digital twin in 3D models and bind it with any image you choosing. And if you use your mobile devices and view the given images with their camera and using the simulation, of course, you are able to see your digital twin. And without actually being near the product line or your process, you can see the detailed information about from the digital twin. And if we can move the video a little bit further, you can see any kind of information from a selected machinery. In this case, the name, age, speed product, fault records, and maintenance records. And at the center, you can see an estimated fault data. This is an output we have generated from one of our applications we call the predictive maintenance. The predictive maintenance application gives you an output about when your machine will possibly malfunction and what reason with what probability. I will be talking about this application in the upcoming slides. And what differs our application from the other application in the market is that in our application you are able to create and alter the dashboard however you like without any support from us. And the second difference from our application to those in the market is that you are able to bind any newly created data source you have set up in your factory without without any help from us. For example, you may start to draw retrieve new sensor data from your machinery, or you may possibly add a whole new machinery to the production line. If you have created a data source to retrieve those data, you can bind them to a graphical representation within our simulation, again with no help required from us. In order to solve this, we need to increase the both knowledge and the experience level of our employees. To support this solution, we have created two product families. The first one is Simovate. It includes our applications that utilizes the augmented reality technologies, and the second one is Simovate, which from the name you can drive that it includes applications that utilizes the virtual reality technology. As you can see, we have able to recognize and track a machinery, in this case a water pump, by placing certain images on it. As you can see in the video, we have placed a QR above on the top of it, and we are able to recognize the device. After recognizing it, we can create any kind of maintenance and repair scenarios and apply it on these devices. As you can see in the video, the two users in the video are performing a step of the process is displayed to the user by step, and we are able to track how much time they are spending on trying to get through a step. And again, we can of course create these digital scenarios for you, but with our editor application also you are able to create these scenarios on your own, using your own models, using your own animations, and play these scenarios on the player application we are going to provide for you. We can get this one as well. Yeah, the second application is remote assistance. Let's assume a scenario that your inexperienced employee has failed to complete a task and in need of an experienced employee, but the experienced employee cannot get there. So for this purpose, we have created a video call application. But what differs our application from those on the market, such as the WhatsApp video call or the Teams, that you are able to create drawings on our application, and those drawings will actually be stuck on the areas you have drawn. For example, let's assume you have drawn something on the other side's camera view, and the camera has been rotated. The drawings will actually disappear. But if the user rotates us back to the first original position, the drawings will be stuck on the places firstly drawn. And the second feature of this application is both of the users are able to examine the same scenario and examine the same documents using this feature as well. And our second product family is Simovate. As I have said, this includes applications that utilizes virtual reality technology. The virtual reality technology actually allows you to create virtual environments so your users can practice anything they want without much of a cost and with little danger to themselves actually. So in order to use this and utilize this technology, we have tried to implement it any area we can find. For example, we have created a FireVR application. This FireVR application is actually developed for work safety training program. In this application, our user learns how to behave in emergencies such as the fire in this case. You can move it forward. Virtual reality headsets allows you to visualize any virtual environments, and with this technology, it actually increases the level of immersion. But in order to increase the level of immersion even further, we always try to integrate the real-life products with our simulations as well. In this case, As you can see, there is a fire extinguisher next to our user, and the user is able to put out any fire using the fire extinguisher in real life, also in the simulation as well. And this is just an example of how can we integrate the real life products. If you could get back, if you have seen the video. Remove the video. Yes. The third one, the port sim. In the port sim, we have developed a crane operation simulator. With this simulator, the user is able to operate a crane in virtual world. But of course, the headset is not alone itself. So we have tried to integrate a real seat and the joysticks on the panels, as you can see. These panels, joysticks, and the seats are actually taken from a port crane itself. So the reason why we have done this is, of course, the first one is increasing the level of immersion, and the second one, after the user has complete this training program and sits on the real crane, the user will have this sense of familiarity because of this simulator. The user will be able to know and how to operate before even getting on the actual crane. And the last one is the maintenance VR. With the maintenance VR, we are trying to digitalize any maintenance and repair scenarios that occurs in the factory using the virtual reality simulation. The reason for is that you may need to train your operators by providing them a certain machinery, but this machine could also be used in the product line and it could damage your processes. So if you can't give them if you can't provide them a certain machinery, what can you do? You can actually digitalize them and give them a virtual version of it. With this application, our users able to train themselves endlessly with no or little cost and with little safety issues actually. And as you can see, we have tried to recreate the real life actions such as screwing or unscrewing to increase the muscle memory of our users. And this is an example scenario of changing a certain part of the CNC machine. This can be completed on any kind of machinery you'd like. We can get to the problem third if you like. The next slide. Yeah. The last one is inefficient utilization of data. You may start retrieving sensor data from your machinery, but you need certain algorithms to make means from that. In order to support this, we have created 3 applications. The first one is predictive maintenance. We can open the video up. In the predictive maintenance, to sum up, it works like this. If you have collected your sensor data and feed them into the application, and lastly, if you provide the application with your previous malfunction reports and malfunction dates, the application combines them and gives you an output such as, let's say your machinery will malfunction on 28 March on 2 p.m. because of this certain part with probability of, let's say, 82%. The application is able to generate outputs if you have given them the correct inputs. We can get back. The second application is the scheduling. If you provide your current process schedule and if you can integrate with our predictive maintenance, of course, when there is going to be a malfunction, you need to change your schedule. The scheduling application actually creates an optimized schedule for you, so you can handle both your previous schedule and the maintenance of the machinery. So it can save you time from creating a new schedule from the scratch. And the last one is demand forecasting. With demand forecasting, if you have provided the application with your previous shipping records and your current level of stocks, the application is able to give you a shipping requirements. For example, let's say you are using a certain material on spring more often than the others, and you have provided your previous records. The application knows that you are going to need the certain material on spring more than the others, but your stock is getting low on that. So it creates a shipping requirement for you, and you can pass it and actually create the shipping requirement yourself with the support of the algorithm, of course. We can move on. Based on the solutions I just provided, we are able to support our clients with 5 out of 9 of the Industry 4.0 components, and these are Internet of Things, augmented and virtual reality, big data, simulation, and lastly the system integration. As I have said before, we are trying to provide services for companies that operate in the industry, and these fields are automotive, energy, and manufacturing. We can get on the next slide. Yeah. Before we have started the company, we have made a market research and try to realize how big the markets are we are going to get in actually. And these markets are, of course, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, augmented and virtual reality, and lastly, the simulation and the digital twin. And you can see the calculated sizes of the markets on the slide. And again, before getting into market, we have made the research about our potential competitors and where do we stand comparing ourselves next to them. So we made a chart showing that our capabilities next to theirs, and of course you can see that on the slide as well. We can move forward. And there are 4 different marketing strategies we are applying, and these are one-on-one meeting, which includes face-to-face meetings or the online meeting. The second one is promoting our company through our website. The third one, purpose-oriented marketing, which is attending the panels, symposiums, conferences such as this one. And the last one is digital marketing and making use of cases from social media platforms. Our income model can be seen on the slide. All of our products are actually license sales based, but we also try to integrate a SaaS model on our products, which is a service as a software as a service. You can see our previous customers and our past collaborators on the screen. We have categorized them into 3 different parts. The first one is the defense, the second one is public, and lastly the private companies. And you can see our past collaborations over the years and the potential profits we have acquired from these, collaborations. As you can see, on the 2021, after we have started the company officially, we have topped every single year before that. And to sum our roadmap, we intend to increase our marketing and the technical teams to a satisfactory level. And after that, we of course intend to increase our strategic partners to find more partners to collaborate. And with 2024, we intend to actually provide our solutions to other countries apart from ourselves. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening to me. If you have any questions, I would like to answer.